Good morning, students. Today, a short class today for you, as we have already completed up to the Plantae kingdom. That means kingdom Plantae we have finished in our present or current topic. Now, according to Whitaker, the fifth number kingdom is Animalia kingdom, and earlier you have also seen that for each and every kingdom there is a one key point here also, and I hope that it's in your memory. What is that key point? From your own memory you may recall that point, like what is the key point? All the multicellular eukaryotic organism having no cell wall, no chlorophyll are included under the kingdom number 5, that is the Animalia kingdom. ऐसे सारे organisms जो मल्टीसेलुलर हैं, यूकैरियोटिक हैं, जिनमें सेल की दीवारें नहीं होती, जिनमें क्लोरोफिल नहीं होता, यानी कि जो ऑटोट्रॉफिक नहीं होता, उन सारे को एक किंगडम में रखा गया है जिसका नाम व्हिटेकर ने दिया किंगडम नंबर 5, that is the Animalia. Understand? Now, after that key point, which just you have seen, what is that key point? Like the eukaryotic, multicellular and heterotrophic due to the lack of chlorophyll molecules, that means chloroplast. Here you see here the kingdom Animalia comprised of animals is the largest kingdom with more than 1 million species. Members of this kingdom characterized by the following features. I have written here few features, may you see, and may you, these are the very easy, as because you are all aware with all these points, like cell wall is absent, chlorophyll is absent, their body organization. Here there is a something cellular tissue, that means many of the organism, maybe not only all the organism, not on a single body organization, they show the different level of body organization, and this different level of body organization means the cellular level, the tissue level, the organ level, and maybe the organ system level. And nutrition is holozoic type. What is the meaning of holozoic? When any organism take the solid food particles by the process of ingestion, and after ingestion, that means in taking of food particles is known as ingestion. After ingestion, the food particles undergo a process which with the help of the biocatalyst enzymes takes place, that is the digestion, and after that the digested food particles absorbed and will be utilized, that is the assimilate in the body, and the undigested food particles egested from the body. So all these different steps of nutrition shown by this Animalia kingdom, and that is known as the holozoic type. Now the last point here is most of them are mobile. You will know that the animal mostly mobile, that means they can locomote from one place to another, but a group of animal is also here. You may see in the phylum Porifera that they cannot able to move from one place to another, they can fix at a particular place. Such type of diversification are the diverse species may we see in this kingdom Animalia. हमें बहुत सारे चीज़ों को यहाँ पे देखना है, इसलिए मैंने इसको ये समझा कि कुछ थोड़ा सा आपको बता दें, अलग से कंसेप्ट दे दें। इसमें कंसेप्ट का क्या मतलब है? इसमें कंसेप्ट का ये मतलब है कि जब कैरेक्टराइजेशन हम लोग करेंगे सारे एनिमल में जो डिफरेंट डिवीज़न हुआ है, यानी कि डिफरेंट फाइलम है, क्लासेस है, उससे पहले हमें कुछ अलग से जानकारी चाहिए. वी मस्ट नो अबाउट समथिंग मोर. दैट्स वाई वी शुड कैरेक्टराइज द different groups of the species of the animal kingdom in a easy way, in a comfortable way. हम बहुत ही आसानी से, सहूलत के साथ सबका करेक्टराइजेशन कर सकें. इसके लिए हमें कुछ अलग से एक कंसेप्ट चाहिए. वो कंसेप्ट ये है कि एज वी नो दैट देयर आर सम कॉमन एंड बेसिक फीचर्स आर सिमिलर for this group of animals which are accommodated in the fifth number kingdom, that is the Animalia, but they are not all similar. A million, more than 1 million species are present in this kingdom. That means there are various life forms you may see with the differences in their body design, in the differences that their basic pattern are same, but there are many more differences. And you have seen just here that they are also a group of the animal which cannot move, a group of the animal which can move, most of the animal can move, sorry, and a group of little group of animal which cannot able to move. That means there is a various types of varieties you may see in this kingdom. बहुत सारे प्रकार के आप यहाँ पे देखेंगे. उन सारे के लिए कुछ ऐसे पॉइंट्स हमारे पास है जिसका जानना ज़रूरी है, जिसके आधार पे फिर इसको फर्दर जो है क्लासिफाई किया गया है. सारे लोगों को तो एक ही किंगडम में रखा गया है, लेकिन सारे को सिर्फ एक ये बड़ा किंगडम है, लेकिन फिर किंगडम को फाइलम में, फिर सब फाइलम में या फिर क्लासेस में जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हुआ है उसका क्या आधार है. व्हाट आर द लेवल ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन of the species which are present within the kingdom Animalia. ये आज हम लोगों का बेसिक टॉपिक है. यही बताना है कि हम वो क्या चीज़ें हैं. तो देखिए यहाँ आपने देखा होगा कि एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लेवल में अगर हम जा रहे हैं बॉडी का, तो कोई सेल्यूलर लेवल का है, तो कोई टिश्यू लेवल का है, कोई ऑर्गन सिस्टम लेवल का है. तो ये देखिए ये एक हुआ ग्रेड्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो ग्रेड ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हमने डिफरेंट ग्रेड्स वी मे सी द डिफरेंट ग्रेड्स. सिमिलरली if we go in the other points, like there is a presence of body cavity or the absence of body cavity. Body cavity means the space, the fluid filled space between the body wall and the gut. Between the body wall or the gut or the alimentary canal is known as the body cavity. Whether the body cavity is present or not, depending upon that, again there are three different types. शिलोम कहते हैं उसको, तो सिलोमेट है, एशिलोमेट है, सीडोसिलोमेट है. तो दैट इज़ द वेरियस टाइप्स डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दैट. एंड फर्दर मोर व्हेन वी मे characterize, then we also see that there are maybe presence of the two germinal cells layer, or maybe presence of the three germinal cells layers. Depending upon that, the animals may be the diploblastic or triploblastic, and similarly depending upon the plane of division of the body, they may be asymmetrical, they may be symmetrical, and depending upon the symmetrical, they can also may be divided into the two categories. Now all these things we may consider in this particular topic. Let us see here what we have seen, that this Animalia kingdom is a vast group, as a vast kingdom where there are presence of more than 1 million of species. Basically they are similar, that's why they put together into a single kingdom, but all of them equal, all of them similar in all their characteristic features? No, not at all. That's why we may require further grouping the kingdom, and kingdom Animalia has been broadly classified into different phylum. they again divided into the different phylum. And before studying each and every phylum, we must understand the basis of classification, why they are again or further distributed into the different phyla or the classes, and that is why we need the basis of classification. क्या आवश्यकता पड़ा कि उनको फिर जो है और बहुत सारे ग्रुप में और बहुत सारे क्लासेस में, बहुत सारे फाइलम में डिवाइड कर दिया गया। तो देखिए, सबसे पहले ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है। देखिए, नंबर 1 पॉइंट है ग्रेड्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। व्हाट आर द ग्रेड्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? विद व्हाट डज इट मीन? इट मीन्स दे मे बी द सेल्यूलर लेवल, लाइक जैसे कि स्पॉन्जेस, इनके बॉडी में मल्टी सेल्यूलर तो हैं, लेकिन मल्टी सेल्यूलरिटी के बावजूद दे कैन नॉट डिफ्रेंशिएटेड the cell into the tissue. That's why their organization level is limited up to the cell only. Second, here tissue level, like the Coelenterata. Coelenterats are the another phyla. Here the organization, the level is only the tissue. That means there is a differentiation of the cell depending for performing the specific job. They have been grouped into the tissue. Now after that there is the organ level. इससे तो और ज़्यादा बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं है आपको, ये तो आप पढ़ ही चुके हैं किस तरह से डिफ्रेंशिएशन होता है टिश्यू का, सेल का टिश्यू में, टिश्यू का ऑर्गन में, ऑर्गन सिस्टम में। तो ये ऑर्गन लेवल, that means here is some specific organs present that will perform some specific functions. For carrying out the specific functions of the body, there are presence of some specific organ. That means there is a organization up to the level of organ. And the lastly, the organ and system level, in which there are higher categories of animal present, that from the annelida up to the chordates, you can see these things in this different group of animal. Now this is the first level of basis of classification, that is the grades of organization. Now come to the second, germ layers, the presence of germ layers. जब एम्ब्रायो का डेवलपमेंट होता है, ज़ायगोट के बाद एम्ब्रायो होता है, फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद ज़ायगोट, और ज़ायगोट के बाद एम्ब्रायो। इस एम्ब्रायो के डेवलपमेंट के बाद एम्ब्रायो जब फर्दर डेवलप करता है सेल डिवीज़न के द्वारा, तो जर्म लेयर्स बनते हैं। ये जर्म लेयर्स जो हैं एक्चुअली में 3 तरह के हैं। एक आउटर जो है एक्टोडर्म, दूसरा जो है मेसोडर्म मिडिल लेयर, और तीसरा जो है वो है इंडोडर्म इनर लेयर। इफ there are formations from this germinal layers or this germ layers, there is again formation of the different animals, different part are the body parts are the organ. इसी germ layers से, इसी germ cell के layer से फर्दर जो है वो डेवलपमेंट होता है एम्ब्रायो के डेवलपमेंट। एम्ब्रायो के डेवलपमेंट के समय ये लेयर्स का फॉर्मेशन होता है, और आफ्टर द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ दिस लेयर्स देयर इज अगेन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द ऑर्गन एंड द डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी टेक प्लेस। नाउ डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द नंबर ऑफ दिस जर्म layers, that means the embryonic layers, the number of, depending upon on the basis of number of germ layers, the animals can be classified into 2 groups. Number 1, the diploblastic, and number 2, the triploblastic. Number 2, the triploblastic. Diploblastic means that type of animals in which there is a only development of two layers, the ectoderm and the endoderm. There is a no development of the mesoderm. There is a no mesoderm layer at the embryonic stage, and that is why they are known as, they are considered as the diploblastic. And whereas in those type of animal where there is a development of all these three layers of cells takes place, all these three germinal layers of takes place, then that is known as the diploblastic. अब ये देखिए दो कैटेगरी आपको यहाँ पर मिला बेसिस ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन में. एक कैटेगरी जो आपको बेसिस ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन में मिला कि आप किसी भी एनिमल के ग्रुप को, सपोज कीजिए कि आपने स्पॉन्जेस का पोरीफेरा का एक फाइलम है, उसका मैं आपको एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ. पोरीफेरा फाइलम आपने पिकअप किया, अब उसके कैरेक्टराइजेशन आप करने जा रहे हैं, तो आपको एक चीज़ तो मिल गया उसमें, एक आपने उसमें देख लिया. क्या देख लिया उसमें आपने उसमें ये देख लिया कि किस तरह से उसका लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हुआ है, यानी कि वो टिश्यू लेवल पे है कि सेल लेवल पे है कि ऑर्गन लेवल पे है कि ऑर्गन सिस्टम लेवल पे है. तो आप वहाँ पर एक नंबर का उस एक कैरेक्टर तो आपको वहाँ से मिल गया कि हाँ भाई ये सेल्यूलर लेवल का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है. फिर आप उसके आगे चल कर देखते हैं कि भाई इसमें जर्म लेयर कितना है. तो अगर आपको 2 जर्म लेयर उसमें दिखाई दिया कि हाँ इसमें सिर्फ 2 ही जर्म लेयर का डेवलपमेंट है, तो आपने दूसरा कैरेक्टर उसमें डाल दिया कि इट हैज़ द डिप्लोब्लास्टिक, द बॉडी इज द एनिमल इज डिप्लोब्लास्टिक. तो ये इस तरह से आपका, जिस तरह से बेसिस ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन को हम लोग देखते चले जाएंगे, उस तरह से हमको वो पॉइंट्स मिलते चले जाएंगे जो पॉइंट हमको कैरेक्टराइजेशन के लिए आपका बेनिफिशियल होगा, जिसको हम अपने कैरेक्टराइजेशन में डाल सकेंगे. डिफरेंट फाइलम के जो हम कैरेक्टराइजेशन करने जा रहे हैं या करेंगे, उसके लिए हम ये सारे पॉइंट्स यूटिलाइज हो जाएंगे. ठीक है ना. अब इसके बाद हम लोग देखेंगे कि और क्या है लेवल ऑफ बेसिस ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन या लेवल ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन. तो हम 2-3 और इसमें देखते हैं और उसके बाद ये आपका कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. बिफोर दिस वी हैव सीन 2 criteria are basis of classification for the Animalia kingdom, and the third one is the first one we have seen the grades of organization, in which we have seen that up to cellular level, up to tissue level, up to organ, and up to organ and system level. And later on we have seen in the second category that whether the body possesses the 3 germinal layers or the 2 germinal layers. At the embryonic stage there is a development of 2 germ layers, the ectoderm, the outer, and the endoderm, the inner, and there is one more in the middle, that is the mesoderm. Depending upon that, we have seen that we can categorize, depending upon all these facts, the different types of animals into the different phyla, and the phyla are phyla may again classified into the different classes. Now this one is the 3 body symmetry. In this number 3, we may see that the body of animals can be divided into 2 or more equal parts by lines passing through 1 or more planes. This is termed as symmetry. Based on the body symmetry, the animals can be classified into the 2 categories. They cannot be divided by any plane. A few animals such as sponges cannot be divided into equal halves through any plane. शरीर के किसी भी प्लेन से उसको किसी भी तरह से डिवाइड नहीं किया जा सकता 2 इक्वल पार्ट में. They are known as the asymmetrical, like in case of sponges. But the second category is the symmetrical, that they can be divided, but there is again the 2 different groups. Now let us now see first symmetry. What does it mean? This organism can be divided into equal halves through 1 or more planes, and thus are of the following type: radially symmetrical. This is the first category of the symmetry, that is the radial symmetrical. The body of this organism can be divided into 2 identical halves by any plane passing through the central axis. इस बात का खाली ध्यान रखें कि किसी भी प्लेन से सेंट्रल एक्सिस को क्रॉस करता हुआ उसे हम दो इक्वल में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. एग्जाम्पल्स आर हियर लाइक सेलिन ट्रियाटा एंड इक्काइनोडर्माटा. उसके बाद देखिए बायलैटरली सिमेट्रिकल, जिसमें हम लोग खुद भी है. यहाँ से अगर इस प्लेन से अगर डिवाइड किया जाए तो दो इक्वल पार्ट्स में हमारा डिवीज़न हो जाएगा. तो बायलैटरल सिमेट्रिकल में हम लोग हैं द एनिमल्स हुज बॉडी कैन बी डिवाइडेड इनटू टू इक्वल हाल्फ्स ओनली थ्रू वन प्लेन आर कॉल्ड बायलैटरली सिमेट्रिकल. इसी प्लेन से हम लोग को डिवीज़न होना, इससे करेंगे नहीं होगा, और किसी दूसरे प्लेन से करना चाहेंगे इक्वल डिवीज़न हाल्फ्स में नहीं होगा. तो ये हो गया आपका बायलैटरली सिमेट्रिकल. इसमें एग्जांपल मैंने डाला है आर्थ्रोपोडा है, एनिलिड्स है, मोलास्क्स है एंड कॉर्डेट्स है. तो ये नंबर 3 क्राइटेरिया आपने देखा बेसिस ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन का. अब नंबर 4 में हम लोग देखेंगे कि देर आर प्रेजेंस ऑफ द शिलम, दैट मीन्स द बॉडी कैविटी. बॉडी कैविटी क्या होता है? बॉडी व्हाट डज इट मीन? बॉडी कैविटी इज द स्पेस which are present between the body wall and the gut, that is the alimentary canal, is known as body cavity. In this body cavity there are presence of the various organ and systems. Understand? In the higher category of the animal where there is a body cavity present, xylem present, they are known as coelomate. And in the such in many organisms there are absence, totally absent, that is the acoelomate. And in certain organism the body cavity is present, but that's not true body cavity, that is known as pseudocoelomate. And depending upon the presence or the absence or the not true, the animal can be classified into 3 categories, that is the acoelomate, coelomate and the pseudocoelomate. Now let us see what are these. Now we have the 2 more points in this regard, that means the basis of classification in the animal kingdom. The 4th one is the xylem or body cavity. Xylem or body cavity. The fluid filled space present between the body wall and food canal, gut canal of animals is called xylem. And depending upon that, if the xylem is present or absent, or maybe the xylem but not true, they are maybe categorized into the 3. The coelomates, like here I have given examples of few phyla like the Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Chordates, pseudocoelomate, nematodes, and the acoelomate, Platyhelminthes. So these are the fourth number basis, are the key points for the classification into the different phyla or the classes of the animals. Notochord, it is the rod-like structure present on the dorsal side of embryo of certain animals. It gives rise to the vertebral column in adults. Depending upon that, the animals may be non-chordates up to phyla non-chordates. We have maybe the phyla which are starting from the porifera to the mollusk. We may see that there are absence of the, and between the non-vertebrate and the vertebrate there is a one more, that is the chordates, and they may be categorized where there is a vertebral column replaced in the adult or may not. Understand? The first may look again here, depending upon the notochord, that is a rod-like structure which present on the dorsal side of embryo of certain animals. It gives rise to the vertebral column in adults, that is non-chordates, the first category, in which there is no such type of rod-like structure present. They are known as the non-chordates. And under this second chordates, there are 2 categories again, the protochordates. The rod-like structure, that means the notochord present but it persists up to the embryonic stage only, and it not replaced in adults into the vertebral column, and that is the protochordates. One more phyla here present between the chordates and the non-chordates, and the second important is the vertebrates, that is the presence of the rod-like structure, and it will replace into the vertebral column, and it again classified into the 5 different classes. So, we have just completed what are the different criteria for the basis of classification of kingdom Animalia.